Добрый день, дорогие друзья! Мы сегодня продолжаем Kingdom Come. В этот раз пойдем по сюжету полноценно. Если, конечно, я опять не увлекусь побочками. Думаю, в этот раз у нас получится по сюжету больше пойти. Так, что где когда. Ага, значит, вопросы ты отправляйся на наблюдательный пост рядом с Тальнбергом. Угу. Так, Мор, подожди, пока ситуация не прояснится. Хорошо, а что я могу сделать сейчас? Поговори с Оленой, поговори с Вашком. Маскарад. Ягненок в волчьей шкуре. Забери кружку Андрея, скорее всего, у Якуба работника. Кружку. Так, охота на зайца, отыщи тальмерских браконьеров. Так, это надолго. Пропавший лесу. Спаси землемера пана Дивиша. Вот эту побочку надо будет выполнить. И не особо обязательные мародеры. Хорошо. Покажи мне карту. С попечителем спросить. Это по поводу маскарада. Так, я сейчас в Ротае. Нужно посмотреть, что у меня с доспехами, с одеждой. Все в приличном виде на моем питомце. Тоже все цело. Значит, дорогой мой персонаж, итальянский бацинет надеть, мягкий коев надеть, и гамбизон надет, панские шосы красные берем, сапоги дворянина берем, серый капюшон, питомец. Так, латные перчатки. Раз. Венгерский хауберг 2. Кольчужные поножи 3. Нюрнбергские латные. Так. И украшенный баварский. Все. Так. И вот так. Все, наш рыцарь готов. Оружие. Какое на мне? Меч Ирода. Лекарства. Календулы. Все. Поедем умоемся.
Я!
Какой конь ретивый. Мы быстро проезжаем, кстати, на этом коне. Очень быстро.
Я!
Здравствуйте, девушка. Мне бы вашими услугами воспользоваться.
I'm interested in your
And what is it you...
proper.
I'm...
Так, замечательно. Чистый, блестящий.
Я!
Так. Точка Б. Угу. Ситуация пока не прояснилась. Значит, монастырь далеко, поедем сюда. Маскарад выполнять. Я думаю, в следующем видео мы попробуем сокровища искать. У нас куча карт завалялась. Мне интересно найти пару кладов. Возможно, попадется меч или доспехи, хотя вряд ли. Я думаю, лучшего доспеха у меня уже не будет. Ну, если только немного косметики на нем появится. Так, временное жилье. Мне в эту сторону.
Yeah. Yeah.
Угу. Где-то понимаю.
Yeah. I'm glad to see you. They say you know what humans look like.
I do. Once, when I was going alone through the dark woods.
Еще одна
That's of no interest to me.
история.
But,
Look, save the tall tales to impress the wenches. I'm not interested.
well, they're decked out in raven feathers because.
Or so a black hen would do.
But that wouldn't have magical powers.
Goodbye.
Так, перья. Раздобудь черный перья, достань перья ворона. Уже есть.
Yeah.
Замечательно. Теперь мы поедем на точку Б. С Аленой поговорим.
Yeah.
Кстати говоря, давно я не встречал никаких путников. Ой, переборщил. Ладно,
Yeah.
объедем сейчас. Да, давно не попадались ни путники, ни воры, ни половцы. Как будто они все стороной меня начали обходить. Опа, крестьянка.
Good afternoon.
What are you doing here? Poaching?
What are you on about? I just found it here.
Об этом доложу.
It'll be easier if you just confess.
All right then. I did it. I needed food. They killed my man, burned the house down. I have no food for me or the child. You don't really have to tell anyone, do you? And you won't regret it.
No need for that. I understand. Go, quick, and don't let me see you here again.
Thank you. God bless you. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Ладно, оставим ее в покое. Зачем мне гроши с этих бедняков? Все равно их нет. Что, я опять не той дорогой? Куда меня повело опять? Где там разъезд был?
Yeah. Yeah.
Вот. Стоять, лошадка.
Yeah.
Еще одна часовня.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Так, на какой стороне она? Ага.
God save. How may I help you? Good night.
They say you know about humans.
Fangs. They wear wolves' fangs to make themselves invisible in the dark. And they can creep around like beasts of prey, as sneaky as
Какие
death.
у меня есть?
That was quick.
Fangs.
I heard there are poachers in the woods round here.
If only if it was just poachers. It's that sorcerer Hare. He's the one who's been running amok. I said he'd be back, and I said he'd be vengeful, and I was right both times.
Tell me something about Hannikin Hare.
Ah, that was all years ago. He turned up here one day. No one rightly knew where from. He claimed up at the castle to be a nobleman's son, and so he got the office of Master Huntsman, and Margaret was promised him for his wife. Nobody could have known he was a sorcerer.
And how did his sorcery reveal itself?
Well, he was able to vanish into thin air in the forest right in front of folk. And I've heard it said he spoke to animals, too, though I don't know the truth of it.
That doesn't sound very convincing to me.
That's because you've not seen his marksmanship. It was natural, the things he could do with that bow of his. They say he sold his soul for the gift of it.
I see. How did it go with Margaret?
I'm not one to gossip, but she was a flighty lass in her younger years. She could never make up her mind which one she wanted, the Hare or Nicholas. So in the end, fate decided for her.
What do you mean? What happened with Hare?
Oh, that was quite something. And then some on top of it. Sir Henry of Lipo was visiting here at the castle, and Hare snapped his guardsman's neck with his bare hands. Of course, they found him out. But how do you keep a sorcerer under lock and key? You can't. That's your answer. And that Satan's spawn slipped the net.
Oh well, quite a wild story. Any idea why he murdered the man?
No one knows, and most likely never will. But they say he was fully in the devil's power. There was a full moon, you see.
Was he actually seen killing the guardsman?
I suppose so. Else they'd hardly know who did it, would they?
That's probably true. There is one other. Has anyone actually seen this Hannikin hare? He seems to exist only as a bogeyman to frighten naughty children.
Oh, he exists all right. But he flits around in the forest like a shadow. They won't be catching him anytime soon. But Blacksmith's Betty heard some of their goings-on in the woods.
Goings on? What's that supposed to mean?
Cavorting and raising hell. Sorcery! Hare meets up with his sorcerer's apprentices, and they feast in the clearing in the woods. In the morning, they turn into ravens and scatter. Or so she says. But you'll have to ask Betty for more. Who knows what she saw? Or what she was doing there with them?
Very well. I'll ask. Who does Hare want revenge on?
Master Huntsman Nicholas, of course. When the hare disappeared, Nicholas took his Margaret and the huntsman's posting.
Так может,
So Nicholas
Миклуш
came
его и
out of it well?
прикончил?
That one always knew how to land on his feet.
Thanks.
Мгм.
Take care.
Попутно и другую побочку. Мы узнали кое-что о зайце. Так, едем далее. Быстрее будет так добраться до Ужицы.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Так. Ага, вот он персонаж.
Yeah.
My respects to you.
I hear you can tell me something about humans.
No, sir. My master would whip me for telling tall tales again. But really, it's all true.
I won't hit you. Just tell me, is it the truth?
Really, sir. I still see them every time I try to sleep.
Aha. All right. So what do the humans wear?
They wear the skins of dogs hunted down in the night, so no weapon can hurt them.
Right. Thanks.
The Lord watch over.
О, понятно. Собачьи шкуры теперь нужны. Зачем мне... Так, мол, маскарад. Зачем мне охотиться на собак? Сведения, пожалуйста. Достать собачью шкуру, не обязательно убить собаку ночью. Так, иди к Андрею, как только у тебя будет перекрути собачья шкура. Так, на питомце моем нет шкур. Может быть, какая-нибудь завалялась. Ловкий как хорек. В принципе, можно уже и книжку эту прочитать. И, возможно, эту. Шкуры. Нет у меня никаких шкур. Проще найти какого-нибудь подмастерья, кузнеца и там поискать барышника. Сейчас раздобудем. Наверняка в сундуках где-нибудь завалялась. Опа-поропам. Это ж во что я ударился. Ладно, неважно, шкура. Шкура. Где у вас тут? Угу. Собачья шкура. Одна штука есть.
Yeah.
Так, ну мы готовы, да? И как только будут все ингредиенты. Так, а что по заданиям? Ягненок в волчьей шкуре. Допустим, убрать мародеры и добавить ягненок. Показать на карте. Ага. Заодно вот так сделаем. У Якуба.
Hey, where's your torch? You can't walk around here.
Ой, эти охранники привередливые, дотошные, исполнительные. Как и не достали. Они и в жизни такие же. Нудные. Так. Не тех, ну где?
Yeah. Yeah.
Марк. Крестьянин. Поесть из котелка. Якуб.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
I hear you won a tankard off Andrew the innkeeper.
I did. Luck was on my side. What's it to you?
You ought to give it back,
Why should I?
because the innkeeper wants it back, and because I fucking say so.
You know what? It's just a stupid tankard. Have the damn thing.
I knew we'd see eye to eye.
Take care now.
Вот так просто. Теперь и решаются все эти задачи. Какого черта это было? Они меня изнутри заперли. Демоны. Демоны цифровые. Вот же, блин, попадало. Так. Кружка. Дороги нынче спокойны. Даже ночью.
Yeah.
Крестьянка, крестьянин. Так.
God be with you.
И с тобой у меня вот твоя
I brought you back
кружка.
your tankard.
Ah, so you're not completely useless.
Lukash will be happy to see what handy people I'm sending you.
I suppose this Lukesh is your poacher friend.
Now then, poacher's not a very nice word. I'll call him more a man who knows a good opportunity.
Не надо
and
мне
seizes it.
ваших эвфемизмов.
Where can
Говорите,
I find
какие
this
браконьер есть
opportunistic
бы
friend of
браконьер.
yours?
He lives on the hill to the north of the castle, in a small hut. If you're planning to tolt him, make sure you tell him I sent you.
I won't forget. Thanks.
I'm the one who should thank you. I'm looking forward to putting my lips to the old love of mine.
I got fucking everything.
Wonderful. Come with me. Take care now.
What's taking them so long?
I really don't know.
Ready? Now put it on.
Oh, I can hear the blueprint. That's good.
That's really fucking good.
You don't think it's too much?
It's perfect. If I met you at night, I'd shit myself.
That's exactly what humans look like.
Says the man who's never seen one.
Well, I mean, that's exactly what people think humans look like.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad at all.
We're only just getting started.
Можно потом этот костюм себе оставить. Пловецкий доспех. Пловецкая личина. И... Ага. Пловецкая личина. Так, доспех. Так, по-моему, на нем было больше вещей. Насколько я помню. Были еще штаны, туника, сапоги половецкие. Ладно. Гроши немного возьмем. Немного грошей. Так. Срок хранения 5 дней. Колбасы 5 дней. Где вяленая? Солонина. 3 дня. Шнапс заберем. Ладно, копченую колбасу возьмем. Тоже. Так, а мне новая задача. Черный лукиш. А где, собственно, лагерь половцев или куда можно? Ягненок волчий шпиль. Пропавший в лесу. Зимний мир. Конвенции. Покаянный дух. Мор. Охота на зайца. Ладно, все. Едем дальше. В Мархаед едем. Только вначале мы вот это уберем и это. Все, теперь можно отправляться. что, как тут у вас? Дайте я, что ли, посплю. На лавке. На лавке спят. Вот они сумасшедшие. Не знаю, деревни деревни, а сколотить себе кровать они что, ума не хватает. Лавку сделал, а кровать не так уж трудно. Так, сесть. Еще немного почитаем полезных книг. Наборы острый как нож. Изучить. Ох, эти круги такие утомительные. Пипец. Получен новый уровень чтения. Спасибо. Теперь приложить на коника. У нас куча всяких всячин. Куча всяких всячин. Так. Где-то тут жизнь в корчме. Ага, пьянство. 15 уровень. Ловкий как хорек. Попробуем. Вот это тоже, знаете, почитать. Могу изучить? Нет, пока. Ясно, отправляешься. Коню. Ловкий как хорек. Как же вы растягиваете хронометраж? Спасибо разработчикам. Наконец-то. Escape. Характеристики. Ловкость. Как перышко. Падение нанесет, идеально повышает вероятность выкинуть победную кость. Пригодится. Правда, я давно не играл, но все равно пригодится. Пока ничего нового. Чтение 17, травничество 9, пьянство 11, псарь 3, починка. Все. Полностью. Охота, незаметность полностью. Карманная кража. Занятие алхимией. Вскрытие замков полностью. Верховая езда. Так, журнал. Угу. Мародеры. Это с попечителем надо разговаривать.
God be with you.
How's it looking, Melikar?
I'm glad to see you, Henry. I'd like to thank you again. Everyone is cured. It's nothing short of a miracle.
Oh, that's
А
a
я и
relief.
не надеялся. Целый
You've
час
suffered enough.
готовил вам
We've all
5
suffered enough.
склянок.
God's truth. You know, the folk here are truly grateful. They'd have you and Nicodemus canonized if they could. They brought me gifts for the two of you. I wasn't keen on the idea at first. We're not left with much since the livestock died. But since you're here...
Чумной доктор. Гром. Так, это нужнее вам, чем мне. А что там
No,
такое?
no. I can't possibly accept that. Give it all back, Melikar. With my thanks.
That's kind of you. I'm glad you appreciate our situation. Things are tough, all right.
I understand. I'm just glad everything turned out well.
So am I, lad. So am I. May the Lord watch over you.
Я перегруз. Почему? Потому что книга лежит. Нет? Нет. Всякие золотые чашечки. Серебряные кубки. По 6 штук целых. Чаша Берана. Крашить серебряный кубок. Беран помог вратаю. Чаша причащения. Так, что еще убрать? Все в целости. Крашеный тесак, панский уничтоженный лошадь. Нет, по сюжету, как и договаривались. То я начну тут разъезжать по всей округе. Так, в какую сторону? В эту? Вау.
Yeah.
Стража. Так, где, собственно, пан? Мы же с ним должны общаться или с кем? Стражник. Отправляйся на наблюдательный пост рядом с Тальмергом. Отчитайся перед паном Рацигом. Собственно, где сам пан? Перед кем мне отчитываться? А, вот он прислонился.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
May I be of service, my lord?
Yes, Henry. Chief Engineer Fafar has been asking for someone reliable to assist him.
The chief engineer? Is it about Scalars?
In a manner of speaking, Master Fafar has, well, evil forebodings. I think he may want to send you to the Skalitz mines.
Will they really be restored?
Everything can be rebuilt with enough will and resources. Well, everything except the man. You'll get the details from Chief Engineer Fafar. For the time being, consider yourself his handyman.
Certainly. Where do I find him? Is he here in the castle?
Where? Now that's a good question. He ought to be somewhere at Perkstein unless he's gone off to deal with some problem or other. Look around. You're bound to run into him.
Well, thank you.
I'll go and see him straight away.
Осмотрись,
Good luck,
можешь
pal.
всю Чехию осмотреть.
Good luck to
Он
you.
где-то поблизости.
I've returned from Merhoyed, sir.
How does it look there?
I brought them help from the monastery. Brother Nicodemus and Johanka from Skalitz. Fortunately, Nicodemus was able to cure the disease. Well, at least what he's doing looked promising so far.
Thank Christ. Some good news for a change. What about the captive? Did you question him?
He was infected too.
I see. Did he survive?
Fortunately, he survived and I had a chance to question him.
What did you find out?
He was transporting the false coins to Pribyslavitz. He got them from some merchant called Menhart.
I don't know him.
Neither do I. But I know where the money's handed over. It's not far from Rovna, and this Menhart should be waiting there about now.
Excellent, Henry. We mustn't let this opportunity slip through our fingers. You go there and put pressure on this Menhart to tell us what he knows. Don't go yet. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. I'll be with you.
You haven't disappointed me. Nothing against Bernard, Robert, or any of those others. But none of them could find out as much as you. At least not without beatings and torture. And that doesn't always work. You're a godsend, lad.
Thank you, sir.
Now go and
Вырос
find out who's
мальчик,
behind
говорю,
everything, and
вырос.
then we'll deal with them.
Yes, sir. Sir,
What is it?
sometimes I ask myself what it all means. Why does God allow such things to happen? All this slaughter and revenge, over and over.
It's a hard question. I'm no theologian. But long ago I came to the conclusion that the only thing that makes sense is that it's all a trial. Life is one long series of problems to solve. The more you solve, the better a man you become.
I never thought about it that way.
Just look at the pampered ones who have no concerns in life, like young Lord Capon, for instance. I shudder to think how he will rule when his time comes. Tribulations spawn in life over and over again. We must stand our ground and face them. So, I go to Sasso and solve this one.
You can rely on me, sir.
А как же главный инженер в Перкштайне?
Look, son.
А пленник в Ротае? Зачем мне в Сазау ехать? Я так и не понял. Объясните.
Sir, can I ask you about something?
Of course, Henry.
Well, I thought since we chased the bandits out of Pribyslavitz, the roads would be safer.
Ah, criticizing your liege lord, are you? And what, in your opinion, should he do about it?
Oh no, I don't mean anything by it. Just that it surprises me.
Easy, lad. I'm only pulling your leg. You're quite right. The roads really aren't safe. Mostly due to one thing.
Надеюсь,
My
они
garrison is a shamble
простые.
these days. I lost most of my men in Skalitz, and what I'm left with after Pribyslavitz is hardly enough even to guard Pigstein. Let alone guarding the roads and patrolling the rest of the province. I simply don't have the men.
Uh-huh. I understand.
Что, мне
That
теперь
is,
рекрутов
I didn't have the men. As it happens, you've come at just the right time. Recently, I asked an old acquaintance for help. Sir Kuno of Rickwald and his mercenary band. The men who ride with him are a rough lot, mostly former convicts, but they're as capable as any squad of soldiers.
Excuse me for being so bold, but there's plenty of mercenaries around. Surely you can find a more respectable band.
You have a point, lad, but I'd like to tell you I talked to Kuno because I trust him.
but actually my reasons are of a more pragmatic nature. You see, Kuno owes me a favor, so he'll serve me free of charge.
So, you want me to join them?
Yes, but that's not all. I told Kuno I'd send him a guide, but really what I need is for someone to keep a close eye on him and his men. Someone reliable. And I'd say you fit the part. Go and report to him at his encampment. You'll ride with his band on patrols and make sure they don't get too disorderly.
Who is this Sir Kuno of Rickvald?
He's the last baron of the House of Rickwalt, which became impoverished. So he took to the mercenary trade, like many poor noblemen do, unless they become robbers, which often isn't all that different. He's certainly an entertaining companion, but as a mercenary, well, let's just say he has his own particular approach to certain matters.
That sounds a little worrying.
Oh, it's nothing too bad. Just that now and again he needs reminding not to step over the line.
How is he indebted to you?
I did him quite a big service, actually. I saved him from the hangman.
Oh, sounds like quite a story. How did it happen?
You should ask him. You'll be spending quite a while riding together, so it'll help pass the time. But one thing I can tell you, he seems to have taken inspiration from me. A lot of his men had their own encounters with the executioner too.
All right, I'll go and report to him.
Excellent. He set up camp between Ratai and Ledechko. It's a good base for covering the province. Good luck, Henry. And watch out for yourself.
I will, sir. Thanks.
God be with you.
Шайколдук. Ну, это уже в другой раз. А сейчас мы будем идти по следам. По чьим следам? Все, что блестит. Ага, фальшивые монеты, королевское серебро. Все, что блестит. Отправляйся к месту передачи фальшивых грошей. Так, навыки. Вода жизни. Коптильщик, отравлен. Яд, нанесенный клинок, держится на нем дольше. Метод проб и ошибок. Готовя снаю, вы можете сделать одну дополнительную ошибку, но она не повлияет на результат. Коптильщик. Термически обработанная пища в вашей сумме будет портиться на 20% медленнее. Что с силой? Сильный размах. Ну, пускай будет. Все равно я трупы не ношу. Никакие тела. Пам-пам-парам. Сколько у него? 12 брони. Неплохо, неплохо. Черный желтым в этот раз. Так, снаряжение, пожалуйста. Подходит. Так. Нужно ехать в Ровное.
Could do with a bite to eat.
Точно, у нас же есть колбаса. И, собственно, дорога. По пути.
Yeah.
Good God, what a bloody mess.
Меч бюргера, меч торговца. Неплохие мечи. Синий жупан. Так, ладно, возьмем груши и мечи. Пожалуй,
This is valuable. They must have been in a hurry or they'd never have left it behind.
Так, спешили. А куда же они спешили?
This one won't be going anywhere anytime soon. Someone was wounded here. It looks like another person dragged him off. Maybe there'll be some tracks.
Следы есть. Только почему они так разрознены? Следов мало. Он в припрыжку, что ли, шел? Еще следы.
Another clue. I must be going the right way. This way. Charcoal burners. Someone must have seen or heard something.
Может, я по следам его найду? Или вы уже затерли их?
I'm on the right track.
Вот еще следы.
This way. Blood.
Где кровь? А, вот. Угу.
It looks like blood.
Похоже. Так, ладно, запомнили это место. Давайте спрашивать. Улежок.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
What happened at the crossroads? Huh?
Как бы поговорить с ним.
Listen, there's corpses lying on the road out there, a ransacked wagon, and a trail that leads right here. Now, you seem to be honest and friendly folk, not marauding cutthroats. So I prefer to believe you don't have anything to do with it. But if you don't start helping me, I might change my mind.
I don't know nothing and I haven't seen them. If you want to know something about it, just ask Boyar. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Who is this Boyar?
Boyar cracks the whip around here. You'll recognize him by his red cap.
Thank you.
Борис. Где ваш Борис? Барбарис. Так, опять турниры. Нет. По шапке мне уже надавали. Нужно улучшить свои навыки. Так. Ты не Борис, ты угрежок. Может, через речку? Вот какой-то домик. Ты Борис? Нет, ты угрежок.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
Who is this boy? Yeah, thank you.
Farewell.
Где ваш Боря? Поговори с Борей.
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
What do you know about the wagon that's been ambushed at the crossroads?
I haven't a clue what you're talking about.
Really?
Yes. Is that a problem?
You're what passes for bristle and gristle round here, are you?
Possibly.
So listen to me, you hero. If you don't want me to wipe that crooked grin off your face, you'll start talking. Got it?
Yeah, right. Because everyone knows charcoal burners are thieves and killers. Well, let me tell you, that's not at all what happened.
I'll be glad to hear you out.
Let's just get this straight. We didn't ambush anyone.
And what were you doing at the crossroads then?
We were just passing, and we saw the wagon. So we took the sacks.
Just the sacks? What about the trail of bloodstains leading to the camp?
I was just getting to that. We also found one wounded man. What am I saying, wounded? The fellow was hacked like a martyr in some holy picture. He begged us to hide him away.
So you have him here somewhere? Is he still alive?
The fellow has quite a will to live. I'll give him that.
Do you know who ambushed that wagon?
Not a clue. We came a long way after.
Did he tell you anything?
He wasn't exactly talkative. His lungs are full of holes, so talking's a problem.
Where is he?
We've locked him away in the shed. There.
I want to talk to him.
I don't know. He paid us. We're not to let anyone near him.
We've been through that already.
All right. Just calm down. Here. Take the key.
Thanks.
Да ладно, могу и без ключа открыть. Так. Это царь.
Who are you?
Never mind that. I've come to help you.
Thank God. I thought I'd breathe my last here. Lucky for me, my guardian angel comes bursting through the door.
I'm no angel, so you'll have to answer a few questions before you get my help.
Ah, well. I knew it wouldn't be that easy.
Who is it you work for? Who did the wagon belong to?
To Menhart. He's some kind of merchant who hired me for protection. But that's all I know.
And where's this Menhart disappeared off to?
No idea. I blacked out after the attack. Only came to my senses once I got here. I don't even know where here is.
Who ambushed that wagon?
A knight. He's been following us for a while.
And where did he go?
I don't know. I got a beating, and then I passed out.
Do you know what you were carrying in that bag?
I never asked men not that.
Can I see your wound?
Are you a quack?
Sort of. That's a deep wound to the flank and you're still losing blood. You need to staunch it.
Will you help me?
I can try. Tell me more about the night.
Where's the coin?
What? What coin?
I will not repeat the question.
I don't know about any coin.
Ah! Where are those sacks you took from the wagon?
Sacks! They're behind the shed.
That's him. That's got to be that knight.
Is that all? Did you take anything else?
Oh.
Fuck! Stop! Stop right there!
Усатый полосатый.
Я.
Куда он поскакал? Где дорога? Мать вашу. Я ни хрена не вижу из-за этих кустов непроходимых.
Damn. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter as long as it goes back to the Sasau Inn.
Откуда ты знаешь? Да как я мог его догнать? Подождите. Нет. Прибыславецкие леса. Я хочу рыцаря догнать. Но, блин, разработчики сделали кусты непроходимые. Да вообще по-человечески. Садись. Так, ага, вот ты как поехал. Хитрожопый. Рыцарь. Оп. Пам. Куда ты делся? Вы видели? Видели, куда он делся? Да что у вас? Подождите, это меня разочаровывает. Эти кусты дебильные. Кто так придумал вообще? Это не кусты, а камни какие-то. Зачем эти барьеры дурацкие?
Я!
Да ежик. Ругаться не хочется.
Я!
Это... Честно, у меня матерных слов не находится, чтобы выразить всю полноту моего недовольства. Из-за этих сраных кустов и препятствий, которые лошадь не может пройти. Подождите, это как? Как это Дэм? Что это за сохранение такое? Так, давайте будем тогда медленно ехать за ним. Аккуратно. Давай.
Я!
Он просто фокусник. Ну, просто грёбаный фокусник. Не знаю, я еду и пока ничего не происходит. Может, я верно еду? Дайте на карту взгляну.
Yeah. Yeah.
Меч достань, пожалуйста.
Yeah.
Это другое дело. Это уже по-нашему.
Как это?
Way up.
Get.
I'll.
Давайте попробуем какую-нибудь серию. Удар гнева, длинный меч. Слева, справа, тычок. Слева. Слева.
Well, now. Oh! Oh! Ah! Ow! Ah!
Слева, справа тычу.
Missed.
Well,
Who is that guy? It seems I have finally met my match.
I want to know everything. Who you are, why you're here, and what you know about the ambushed wagon.
You may call me Ulrich. I will tell you nothing more until you give me some assurances.
Assurances? How about this? If you talk, I'll spare you.
Do you expect me to believe that? I know full well how these stories end. I have been at the other end of the sword more times than you can count.
I'll give you my word.
The word of a thief? Jesus. It is true what the preachers say. This world has gone quite mad. You had better kill me. I'm finished. Anyway. Just as you are.
Why do you think I'm finished?
He who lives by the sword dies by the sword. Once you take a weapon in your hand, your days are numbered.
Вот давайте вы эти
It is the
рассуждения
same
кому-нибудь другому
for
впаривайте.
every one of us.
Not everyone.
Every last one. Knight, mercenary, or footpad. There are men who die peacefully in bed, their wives and children at their sides. But not you, or I. You will end your life in a ditch with your belly ripped.
Unlike you, I'm not a criminal.
You believe that the forging of money is an honest trade?
I've got nothing to do with that. I'm not a forger, I'm the one investigating.
What? What are you saying?
I'm in the service of Sir Radzig Kobyla, Governor of Skalitz and Royal Hetman.
Then we have something in common. I also am here under orders from above.
From who?
Perhaps you might sheath that weapon, so that we may talk eye to eye, if we do indeed have a common cause.
Stand up.
It is true our meeting has not begun well, but if it is the truth that you are sent by Kobyla, then we can assist each other.
What do you mean?
I found out many things, but there are still questions I cannot answer. And the last man who knew anything is now dead.
What man was that?
Mainhard, the merchant from Passau. Listen, I will explain everything to you, but first, I need you to do something for me.
Oh, really?
You will introduce me to a certain person, and I will tell you everything I've learned.
Who do you mean?
Master Tobias Pfeiffer. If you truly serve Sir Radzig, then you must know him.
I think I know who you mean. What do you want him for?
I have here a written confession which tells how those forgeries are made, but I do not understand such technical matters. Master Pfeiffer, however...
We'll definitely be able to make sense of it. And you'll give it to me, just like that?
It seems I have little choice. This is the last lead I have. In the meantime, I will return to Sassau and see what I might learn there.
Shouldn't you go with me to see Fafar?
No. I must remain in Sasau. I have some loose ends that must be tied.
Темнишь.
What's your name, anyway?
I told you. I am Ulrich.
Just Ulrich?
It is enough.
Because you look like a knight. They seldom have just one name.
It is true. I have a horse, armor, a sword, and a shield. But there are many ways to acquire such things these days. As I am sure you know.
So you're not a knight?
I am a trustworthy soldier in the service of a nobleman. That is all you need to know.
All right then, Ulrich. Let's leave it at that. Who are you working for?
I understand why you wish to know, but this does not mean I am at liberty to tell you.
Very well. I shan't beat it out of you. Tell me what you know about the false coins.
Do you know Passau?
No, what is it?
A city in Bavaria. Passau is a city of trade. All the currencies in Christendom change hands there.
I see. And that would include Prague groschen?
Some months ago, counterfeit groschen were discovered to be circulating there. They are made from copper plated with silver. The Passau alderman began to investigate and learned that a family of money changers was involved. They were bringing the forged coins in from Bohemia and sending back real ones. My liege lord is allied to the Passau alderman, so they requested that he deal with the matter.
Да
And
тут
so he said
целая
yes.
шайка орудует.
Yes, he needed a man that he could trust absolutely.
And what about that wagon? What happened there exactly?
I followed Menhard from Passau. I had reason to suspect a connection with Sasau.
What do you mean about the connection with Sasau?
The matter was investigated in Passau, and the executioner extracted information from those who were arrested. They told
Ну,
him
долбанный
that the coins
монастырь.
were made in a monastery.
То
What, in
камень
the
не
monastery
тот,
itself?
то монеты
I
чеканят.
cannot say.
Фальшивые.
I know only what the Passau scribe wrote down in his reports of the interrogations.
So they were transporting false groschen on that wagon?
Yes. On their way here, they brought real coin. Groschen, forints, francs, and the like. But now, the sacks were full of counterfeits.
Что не успели поменять их.
Why did you let them get here before attacking?
I wanted to discover where they hand over their coins, which I failed to do. Besides, Maynard had an armed escort, and they kept two busy roads and lodged at inns throughout their journey, until he came to this god-forsaken track. I cannot guess why he came here, but it was the perfect opportunity to strike.
What happened on that track?
I ambushed them. I took down two, but that bastard Manhart cut the horses loose and rode away.
What next?
While I was chasing Manhart, those charcoal burners came and stole what they could. Before I could catch him, his horse threw him and he broke it.
So we won't get anything out of him.
Unfortunately not.
Very well. I'll go and see Master Fafar.
Godspeed. I will wait in Sasau at the Wagoner's Inn.
Что ж, интересное знакомство.
Oh.
Oh my. Так, дорогие друзья, немного прервемся. Я вернусь в скором времени. По лицу-то не бей. Это что такое было? Сейчас он меня до смерти забьет. Ай, 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 ай. Я сдаюсь. Не пинайте.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Так. Да что за заломы-то такие? На.
Kurwa, thick. Bloody come on then.
На тебя поедем.
God.
По лицу-то не бей.
Well landed.
Это что такое было?
Now.
Так. Сейчас он меня до смерти забьет. Ай, 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 ай. Я сдаюсь. Не пинайте.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Так. Да что за заломы-то такие? Так, дорогие друзья, я вернулся. Едем. Куда мы едем? Фейфора искать. В лагерь Куна. Шайка ублюдков. Пока уберем. Королевская с главным инженером. На карте. Так. Это заяц. Это главный инженер. Угу. Так, ну что опять? Западня. Хорошо. Шнапс я уже не выпью. Так, 2 раскалендулы. Починка. Так. Так, так. Сапожник убрать. Набор портала. Так, где еще наборы снадобья? Снадобье, может какое-нибудь снадобье принять? Так, так, что у меня есть? Ничего у меня нету. У меня есть примочка. Малый набор сапожника. А вот набор броника. 15 штук. 5 хватит. Так, примочка. Так, на питомце моем нету зелья. Красноба это не то. Нет, это красноречие. А папарам. Сыч. Вот он. Сыч.
Is that the best?
Оружие. Убрать, убрать. А на питомца я возьму боевой топор.
God, weaken the knees of you. Dear God.
Так, питательность, энергия. Берем. Вино. Красная шляпа. Ца. Известность надо. Зачем? Пускай. Собачья щетина, груши, краснобай. Так, надеюсь, я доберусь без происшествий. Хотя парочку разбойников я бы повстречал с удовольствием. С ними просто разделаться. Турнир? Нет, пожалуй, добрался. А, у меня же здесь должно быть жилье. Да. Моя постель. Там отдохнем.
Yeah.
Так, еще раз проверить. Набор кузнеца. Мгм, набор броника. И набор портного. тут постель. Ага. Броши. Что тут еще завалялось? Какая-то одежда. Черный портвейн. А что у меня есть в сумме, что можно переложить? Документы Ульриха нет.
Hey,
Что ты эйкаешь?
hey.
Придурок. Питомец. Мечи, мечи. Одежда. Так, надо убрать книги. Раз. Читал алхимика рано. Т с собой возьму. Острый как нож. Чаши. Так. Можно будет продать их. И пока что все. Здесь раз.
You can't just walk around in the dark. You have to have a light. It's the law.
Ты в моей комнате находишься. Я сейчас засну.
You there, stop. You seriously think you can creep around here in the dark right under my nose? That's against the law. You should have thought twice about what you're doing. That will land you a fat fine.
Ты идиот. Ты идиот.
Are you pulling my pizzle? Don't you know who I am? You better watch your step, or I'll make things so hot for you, you'll be lucky to get a job slopping out piss pots.
But I was just... You misunderstood me. Sorry. You can go.
Как насчет тебе не пойти отсюда? Можешь, идиоты, иди NPC. Так, с утреца. Сейчас кое от каких вещей надо будет избавиться.
God be with you.
About betting on the tour.
I'm glad to hear. A nice little.
I've got some good.
All right.
See you later.
Оружие. Блин, я его не взял с лошади. Хорошо, начнем с этого. Чаша золотая. Чаша серебряная. Серебряное кольцо. Кубки. Чаша для причащения. Все? Что еще есть? Здесь ничего. Здесь тоже все мое. Меч бюргера, меч торговца.
I've got some good.
All right.
Продать оружие, меч бюргера, меч торговца. Так. Обучаться.
Will you teach me?
Продажам.
I'd like to hone.
First, you have to have.
Понятно.
Well,
Good luck then.
yeah.
Так уж и быть, поучаствуем в турнире, раз поставил ставку.
Jesus. Goodbye. Good morning.
I'm interested.
So, what are you interested?
Get myself.
I'm sure. Goodbye.
Бесплатные услуги. Это хорошо. Мне это не нравится.
Yeah.
Как там наши торговцы поживают? Нет ли у них чего нового?
God save you. Take care. Take care.
Булава у меня уже есть. Меч Ирода. Ну, больше не появится. Изделий. Теперь бру.
Bread, fresh bread.
I'm honored.
Как насчет починки?
Farewell.
Хорошо. Как насчет торговли?
Farewell.
Малый набор броника 30. 30. Как насчет больших наборов? Ну, у тебя их нет, оказывается. Прощай. Миланские латные наплечники. Саксонские. Но мне сейчас саксонские. Миланские 20 стоят. Что ж делать? Покупаем. Да? Кольчужные поножи это есть. Простые латные наплечники. Нюрнбергские латные поножи лучшие. Они уже на мне. Так. Другое дело. Пить пару зелий.
Be off now. You don't belong here.
Где ваш аптекарь? Какого черта его нет на месте?
Good health to you.
Would you teach me?
Certainly.
I'm interested in.
All right, but it'll. Now, pay close attention.
Would you teach me?
Certainly.
I'd like to hone.
First, you have.
Well,
Так, живая вода. Неплохо. 5 штук. Зелье Лазаря. В течение 5 минут прибавляется 100 единиц. Похмелье исчезает. Берем. Колыбельное зелье это можно выбросить. Краснопай тоже не нужен. Стойка артемизия, отвар с календулы, примочка. Противоядие, рецепт бычьей крови. Пусть тот, у кого сил на исходе, и у кого тяжелые доспехи и кого тяжелые доспехи придавили к земле, выпьет это снадобье и от усталости избавится. Давайте изучать. Рецепт воды леты. Опрометчивые решения. Выбрать другие навыки. Бычья кровь. Петушок, сыч. Сыч, да? Полезен живая вода. Рецепт календулы, примочки рецепт. Рецепт противоядия. Хотя, погодите, рецепт примочки не нужен. Рецепт противоядия. Рецепт самогона не вбиваем. Вызывает в человеке кровавое бешенство, придает ему сверхчеловеческую силу. Снадобье лучника, тяжести, рецепты запала снадобья. Пить. Спасительный шнапс. Так. Заключить сделку. Теперь где снадобья, где рецепты. Отлично. Замечательно. Хорошо. Просто хорошо. Так, пища. Колбаса портится. Съесть. Неизвестность надо убрать. Сыч. Хорошо, все. Осталось последний поучаствовать в турнире и поедем к главному инженеру. Может, мы Бернарда найдем? Он нас чему обучит? Пока время есть.
I'd like to learn to fight better with an axe.
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my.
First, you have.
Well,
Тренировочный бой с учебным
I'd like to train.
оружием.
Right. What weapon would you like to...
Топор.
I'll try the axe. And I'll take a shield.
Right, lad.
Topijcie. Fire!
Я тебе покажу, пес.
God damn!
Так, это хорошо, но где мой навык?
Missed! Fuck it! All right, enough. Give up.
Хватит.
You hear?
Так, что у нас со связками? Защита топором, удар тупым концом. Укол слева, справа. Укол слева, справа. Так. Что с оружием? Все в порядке. Все в порядке.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ваше Величество, я успел?
God be with you.
I'd like to enroll in the big tournament.
All right. As long as you've got the enrollment stake. Sir Hannisher's rule is every contestant has to put up 3 score groschen.
course.
I'll write your name down. Henry, and I need to know what weapon you choose.
Конечно же, длинный
Longsword.
меч.
I reckon it's what I'm best
Я
at.
ему лучше всего владею.
Good. Get yourself ready. You're next in line. Farewell.
The first combatant will be Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzik Kubla. And his adversary will be Yera of Benashov, Cole Kipper, a mercenary by profession. Welcome, our warriors! And this very first bout will afford plenty of entertainment. We will witness a duel with longswords.
Давайте начнем. Юрий
The first
Лос.
victor in our tourney
Лосось.
is Henry of Skalitz. And now's the time to choose weapons for the next duel. Our combatants will demonstrate their skills with short sword and shield.
Sword and shield.
Jesus Christ!
Попробуй еще. Ну, это неплох, но все равно слабовато. А вот следующий противник просто меня вымораживает. Просто вымораживает.
Meeting face to face in this round will be Michal of Yanovitz, spearman of the Lords of Sternberg, who will measure his skills against Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzik Kubla. Let us wish the combatants luck. All is prepared for the first duel. We will witness a duel with longswords.
Угу. Понятно, без тычков. Воу. Так.
Change weapons for the
Меч.
second bout. Our combatants will demonstrate their skills with short sword and shield.
Go ahead and gather your strength.
О, ничего себе, из последних сил.
As victor in this round, he shall proceed to the next.
Oh my
Entering the arena
god.
now will be Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzik Kubla. And he will face the victor of many previous tourneys and a combatant today too, Peter, called Black Peter. Welcome our warriors.
Ну что ж, давай, Черный Петр, сразимся.
All is prepared for the first duel. We will witness a duel with longswords.
Cunt! Kurwa!
Так, отдышаться,
What's up,
отдышаться.
shit yourself?
Вот эти выпады. Это что еще такое? Он ко мне спиной стоял. Да как так?
Curse it.
Есть! Наконец-то мы победили. Почти. Вроде еще второй должен быть бой.
Change weapons for the
Топоры,
second
топоры.
bout. Prepare to watch
мне это не
a fierce
нравится.
fight with axes and shields.
Начинается.
Shit.
Это что еще такое? Тяжелым топором. Вот так.
Take that. Oh dear.
Есть.
And the second
Настучали ему по голове.
Henry of Skalitz. Lords and ladies, good men and good wives, you have just witnessed the final duel in today's Ratai tourney, for which we all owe gratitude to Sir Hanush of Laipa. All glory to the victor, Henry of Skalitz, man-at-arms in the company of Sir Radzik Kobila. His prize will be given to him by our gracious Sir Hanush.
Так. Пойди и забери свой выигрыш. Пешка получи награду. Да? Ну, замечательно. Бой с мечом. Последний. Феллер. Короткий меч, сабля. Меч, двойной куб. Все. Бой с мечом. Максимально. Журнал. Как раз.
You did it in the end, Henry. No doubt you're well satisfied.
and I'm sure you'll be happy with this prize.
Certainly am, my lord. Thank you, sir.
See you later.
Какие-то латные рукавицы. 11 характеристики, колющие, 11, 5, шум 8, так, боение, прочность 36, прочность 34, 11, 4, получше, латные рукавички. Так, хорошо. Замечательно, пойдем, значит, к пешку, заберем нашу награду. И быстренько в замок Перкштайн.
God be with you.
I've come for my winnings.
All right. Here's your winnings. Damn it. There'll be another tourney in a week or so. Are you going to give me a chance to win my groschen back?
We'll see. Thanks.
Можно.
Good luck, then.
Можно, если мне так по части латных доспехов будут выдавать, то я согласен. Ярослав.
Good day to you. God be with you.
Так, кухня. А вот это бишь.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
Master Fafar, I need to speak with you. I found out something about the counterfeit coin.
Did you really? Do tell.
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was transporting the false coins. Unfortunately, I came too late. The carter and his men were dead.
Damn and blast. Do you know who did it?
Yes. A certain knight turned up there. Turned out he was also after the forgers.
Well, that is indeed unexpected. Tell me, what did he say?
His name is Ulrich. He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's colours.
Ulrich, you say? Could be anyone. Can you describe him?
An older man with a moustache. But for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard of. But then we don't even know if Ulrich is his real name.
I asked him who his liege was, but he refused to tell me.
We live in such strange times. In days past, knights would vie with each other to see who could extol their liege's name the loudest. And today, they take assumed names, hide their emblems, and sneak around the land like thieves.
I got the impression he was hiding his identity because his master's at odds with Sir Radzig.
That may well be. As a staunch supporter of the king, Sir Radzig has many enemies.
He told me that the fake money was being taken to Passau in exchange for gold coins. Then that real money was being brought back to the Bohemian lands.
That would explain why those fakes bear the Passau countermark.
His master is allied with the Passau alderman, and they told him to sort it all out.
I wonder who could be behind it all.
Ну что ж,
He gave me
возьми
these
бумаги.
documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau and some other things he said you'd understand better than him.
Let me see. We, the aldermen of the city of Passau, interrogation held this day, and by the questor. The place of origin is a monastery in the land of Bohemia. Which certainly confirms my suspicion that something underhand is going on in Sasso. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with amalgam. Ah, but this is interesting. Here's an outline description of how the forgeries are made. I'll have to study it more closely. We command Herr Ulrich to investigate and let no man stand in his way. This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Passau alderman, but they certainly didn't pen this.
How do you know?
I recognize the hand. It's a Clement of Kaplitz, the high scribe of the Rosenbergs.
Как? Роженберги?
Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia. Burgrave Henry III is a great rival of our King Wenceslas.
So what does all this mean?
Well, it certainly explains why your knight is so mysterious. Anyway, we should be careful. And we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes. That's a lead we can follow.
What?
Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver and silver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone can get hold of.
You're quite right. You will go to Sasso at once. Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them. I, meanwhile, will take counsel with Sir Radzik and then follow after you.
Where shall we meet?
At the inn on Sasso Market Square. Good luck to you.
Так, откуда взяли ртуть? Опять с Ульрихом говорить. А, подожди, у нас еще разговор не закончен.
Master Fayfar, Sir Radzik sent me to you.
Did he? He must think highly of you.
I do the best I can.
That's good, because this is damned important. Silver's our most valuable asset.
How can I help with these, evil forebodings of yours?
Sir Radzik may make light of it, but a large quantity of silver has been discovered hereabouts, and no one is guarding the Skullets mines, the most likely source.
You really think someone could be stealing the silver from the mines? I would have thought that would be quite a job, wouldn't it?
I'd like you to go check out the mine gallery, but also the yard with the smelter and the waterworks. See what kind of state it's all in, and if anything looks suspicious.
Is that the yard Alex Mill?
I don't know what state it's in now. It used to be a sort of charcoal there.
Is there really any left?
I doubt it. I'd be surprised if it was still standing at all.
What about these waterworks? What's there?
A stamping mill and washing troughs. They're on the bend in the river below the castle. You can't miss them. There are big tanks and equipment all around.
You said mine gallery. Just one?
Boy, there's such a maze there that it would take a week to crawl through the place. There's only one gallery I'm interested in, at the foot of the hill by a small fish pond.
Why just that one?
Because I was expecting to find a scene there. All the indications pointed to it. So if anyone is stealing silver, it'll be right there.
Should I be expecting trouble then?
Well, I definitely wouldn't treat the job like a visit to church on Sunday. You could find yourself facing that pack of hungry dogs trailing the army, or a band of brigands.
I see. Well, you and Sir Radzik can rely on me. Oh, I Gallet's mind that someone may have found something there and didn't report it.
I knew it. That bastard Namoy and his cronies have a lot of the irons.
The lot of them? How many are there? A dozen? 2 dozen? How am I to arrest them all?
Yes. You're quite right. It'll be enough to take Nemoy. He's a serpent leading the others on the path of evil.
So I should look in the mine, and if anyone's there and I find Nemoy, I should bring him to you in irons.
Exactly. But proceed with caution. The punishment for stealing the king's silver is burning at the stake. Those people will be capable of anything if cornered. even murder.
Если там вообще
That's all
кто-то
clear.
остался.
I'll get going.
May the Lord watch over you.
Hey. Может, нижний этаж? Или верхний?
I'm glad you're here.
What's happening, sir?
Uncle Sahanush sent for me. No doubt he wants to give me another ear bashing about the error of my ways, and he said to bring you too.
What has it got to do with me?
Plenty. You're in it with me ever since that hunt.
Это было
All
пару
right,
раз.
we
Не
should get going
обольщайся.
then, shouldn't we, Sir Hans? The sooner we get it over and done with, the better.
I suppose so. Right away. I put some of my old clothes in a trunk for you. I don't want you making me look bad in front of Hanush. But I see it wasn't necessary. You look as smart as any courtier.
Thanks. I'll try my best.
So I see. But you can come and get those clothes later anyway. They're a little worn, but they're as fine as anything you'll get in the county.
Well, my ward and his, what shall we say, chaperone.
Uncle.
My lord?
I hope we haven't dragged you away from anything too important.
Not at all, Uncle. We
like
were just...
boozing and whoring, for instance.
Uncle, I can...
Perhaps you were busy, causing mayhem in the middle of the night and beating up my subjects.
No, it wasn't... Henry and I were just...
Henry's as big a fool as you are. But he's not my ward, thank Christ. What the hell do the pair of you think you're doing? There are people in this fiefdom who work from dawn to dusk to put food on their tables and on yours, may I remind you. And then they look at you, Hans, their lord and master, and see a drunken layabout. That fellow you beat up last night was a guard, a new guard on the town watch. And he couldn't report for duty this morning because of his injuries. I had the bailiff here complaining, and could I tell him what I really think about this whole sorry affair? Of course not. That would demean me. And you too. So I had to sit gaping like a stuffed owl and listen to his grievances. Maybe you think because you're the lord here you can get away with anything. But you're sadly mistaken, you blockhead. A lord remains a lord only as long as he commands the loyalty of his subjects. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you the folk here are not exactly enchanted at the prospect of having you in charge. That was the last straw, Capon. One more of your escapades and I'll send you to your mother in Polnar. For all I care, she can dress you up like a wench and marry you off to some Hungarian.
Uncle, that arson Archibald tried to murder me. What was I to do?
Oh, don't exaggerate. Well, I'm hardly surprised after you molested his girl and humiliated him.
I was only...
Oh, don't whine, for heaven's
sorry.
sake. It's about time you started taking some responsibility. I have a job for you. Maybe that will keep you out of mischief. Sir Milota of Oleshna has turned up here. Do you know him?
Isn't he Sir Bernard's cousin?
He is. He came here with a remnant of his retinue to seek refuge. He's seriously wounded.
What happened to him, sir?
His fortress Oleshna was attacked by one Wolfran of Camburg. Milota pursued him almost as far as Neuhof and engaged with him. Unfortunately, the skirmish didn't end well for Milota.
Wolflin of Camburg. That name is familiar.
Yeah, he's kin to the Oleshna lords, too. A cousin of Bernard's and Milota's. Their family affairs are a little complicated. None of my business, of course. I just wish they'd found somewhere else to thrash out their differences.
What do you want us to do, sir?
Go and see Bernard in the courtyard. He got a report that Wolfland pillaged some other farms around Neuhof, and he's putting a squad together to ride against him. Mind your step, though. It's a family affair, after all. Maybe more to it than meets the eye. The important thing is to get that damn scavenger out of the domain. If possible, without bloodshed. I can't afford to lose any men over this business. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, sir. Very well, Uncle.
Get to work, then.
Так. Сазава. Барон-грабитель, королевское серебро. Ладно, поедем в Сазаву.
Welcome, Henry.
Так, поговорить с Ульрихом. Узнать, кто в Сазаве работает с медью. Ох-ох-ох, опять начинается.
Hey!
С кем имеет честь пища, значит, сыч.
Well, I never. Hey!
Hey? Hey, hey.
Doperdelle! Oh dear, that hurt! Show what you're made of!
Ты кто такой?
Now, now! Bugger!
Так. Эффекты. Действия отравы. Что ж. Нужно пить зелье. Черный Петр? Не думал, что ты такая сволочь. эпичевая. Надо срочно выпить. Так, товар. Живая вода. Так, примочка не то. Где у меня снадобье от отравы? Любовная, неизвестная. Тварь из ромашки. Противоядие. Вот тебе и черный Петр. Зато больше мы его не увидим на турнире. Это к лучшему. Западня так и западня. Мой меч длинный.
نعم لحتنا دایم مقتل على تكاني هلو لم ننبوسه اوتو شوفاس جاتي
Ушей у них нету.
Itt nem látok, megjött a mulatság.
Baszás!
Gyere csak, te fos!
Спортил, говорит, гамбизон. Так, гамбизон. У меня должен быть еще один. Сегодня темно-силийский гамбизон.
Come here, you fucker. I'll punch you.
You. Ah! You're dead. Kurva bitch.
Лошадь не трогай, сволочь.
It's all you. Bollocks! Well landed.
Шустрый как понос. У меня такое ощущение, что мы вообще не доберемся. Так, ладно, эта миссия будет очень долгая, длинная. На этом остановимся. Пожалуй, здесь я еще раз сохранюсь. И продолжим мы уже с вами в следующий раз. Спасибо всем, кто смотрел. И всего вам доброго.